From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 for Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and head down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now a play fake here on first down. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And some room to work. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. the gun, it's Dalton. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. Trucks over him. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now Jackson on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. First down, and they'll try to run the option left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Jackson, that's caught out left by Perriman. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Jackson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So they went 2 yards in the wrong direction on the last pass play, and now it's 3rd and 12. To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And Perriman's got it for a Raven touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Returning it, John Ross. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
368! There you go, 368!
2nd down, Dalton. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Leopard!
After the interception, here's Jackson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Allen here on the screen. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
He'll buy some time right. That is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Leopard!
They'll try and run for it with Collins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Alex Collins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Now Ross to return. Nice little juke. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Willie Henry in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Going deep downfield for Ross. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 87 yards. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Bullet good on the extra point. And the lead is down to 4. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Ravens. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson now to throw on 3rd down. He's going to look deep for Perriman, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Perriman with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And now here's Ross. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He sets to fire deep. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the longtime Charger, Eric Weddle. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They go play action with Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Detroit! Detroit!
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. The Ravens on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 5.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Leopard! Leopard!
Here's a first down run with Collins. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Jackson now off the bootleg. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Dalton, 1st and 10. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, getting ready for something.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Looking for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, and that'll bring up second down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Play action. It's Jackson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On third down, Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10.
368. 2-by-2. Move.
First and 10 for Dalton. He's going deep for Brown. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now Jackson on second down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. The Ravens on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And he's got his guys set up great now. 1st and goal. And the Pigs get at the 7-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
To throw is Jackson. Looking to throw on second down. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Ravens on third down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 9.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On second down, here's Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
On the ball! On the ball! There you go, 368!
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
There you go, 368! 368!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Dalton. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Terrell Suggs in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving in past Kansas City Hall of Famer Thomas on the all-time list. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And again, it's Collins. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Here's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Jackson on first down, and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. On second down, Collins. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Ravens on third down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. That,
I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Andy Dalton now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 6 there on first.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. On first down, Dalton. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll go down at the 28. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Dalton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now, Bengals on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Another chance for Dalton. And that is incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. And Bullock will put this one through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And the Ravens taking the field. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Allen. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And they pick up the 1st down there with a gain of 4. They'll run with Allen, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down. That's Allen. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, push their backs clearly against the wall.
The Bengals getting set to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. He's going to air it out deep for Green. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Dalton off play action. Going deep downfield for Ross. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Throw left side, complete to Ross. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
On the ball! On the ball! 368! Heads up!
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 40, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On second down, it's Dixon. They find some open field here. And he's brought down after a good gain. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it.